other people feel like they are interrupted and disrespected. It's quite a sports game to get your chance to speak. One of my best friend and colleague told me her secret. It's only 4 words. Hey, it's Tess. Welcome to Delicate Revolt TV, the entrepreneur launchpad for travelers and doers. Last weekend, I went to a friend's home for barbecue, and after that, we all started cracking jokes. Everyone's head started turning to the same direction from left to right, as if they're watching a football game. This theme is very similar to what I notice in the meeting rooms in corporate America because it's quite a sports game to get your chance to speak. How to speak up and insert yourself and even disagree without making the other people feel like they are interrupted and disrespected. When I started my first job after graduating from Columbia Business School, every time I want to speak in a meeting, somebody already spoke right ahead of me. And then I say, okay, I have to speak right after that person. And then the same thing happened again. Well, until one of my best friend and my colleague told me her secret. It's just 4 words. I just say it. If you think of something to say in that moment, just say it. First of all, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for your manager or the meeting host to indicate that it's your turn. You don't have to wait for that person speaking to pause and indicate that you can speak. You don't have to wait for the colleague to indicate that, okay, you go first. You don't have to indicate yourself and say, I would like to say something. Just say it. A meeting room in China is more like a busy intersection with police and traffic light. They give very clear signals that you wait, your turn, and you stop. But here in America, the meeting room is more like a sports game. It's tense, fast, but there are actually rules under the seemingly chaos. You just need to be fast and furious. I'm just kidding. You need to be fast, confident, and also go all the way. You need to know when to seize your moment. How to seize your moment and know when to insert yourself without looking really rude. You need to listen carefully to what that person is saying. So you know that person has finished his or her main point. So in China, in the meeting rooms, I spend most of my time organizing my thoughts before speaking up. But here, I have to listen carefully to what that person is saying. How to insert, disagree, and still make that person feel respected. Well, you can say a few things. For example, yes and. I heard what you say and. This is a good point and. Okay, for example, your colleagues say, this is an apple. You say, I heard what you say and this is an orange. This is an apple. Yes, and this is an orange. This is an apple. This is a good point and this is an orange. Speaking up and inserting yourself here is more about going out of your comfort zone from your own culture than a speaking skill. Many of us grow up in culture or families that tell us, especially young women, that you should never disagree with parents, teacher, or any authority, and you should never interrupt anyone when they're talking. Well, it can be a different set of rules here. People come from all over the world to work and live in America, and every day there are times when we just need to go out of our comfort zone. We adapt, we learn, and sometimes overcome our own upbringing. I grew up in a culture that focused on authority, and here this is a culture that embraces individuality. I grew up in classrooms that I have to raise my hand for the teacher to approve for me to go to the bathroom. And then I come to study here where I see my American classmates can just walk out of the classroom, get a cup of coffee, grab a sandwich, and come right back to their seats. From a culture that tell me I should never disagree with parents, teachers, and any authority, and here is a culture that encouraged me to learn how to insert, disagree, and still make that other person feel respected. Well, it's exactly these things that shape me every day. I now realize that every year I go back home, from my parents' perspective, they're probably seeing a lot of changes on me every year. They probably think that I'm no longer the good girl, the good daughter that they used to know. And I also appreciate that they're doing their best to adapt to me, to catch up with my changes. So I want to say thank you, Mom, Dad. What is your experience learning to speak up, insert, and disagree? Let me know your comments below, and also come to delicaterevolt.com for more lessons learned by an entrepreneur, because you are meant for more than that. So let's make it happen. Thanks for watching. See you next time.